It's August 10, 2021 at about 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm Todd Dunn, and right now I am standing just outside Acadia National Park on the road to the Bass Harbor Lighthouse. And I wanted to show you just how long a wait you're likely to have if you try to go to the lighthouse today. Now, before I do that, I'm going to show you what it looks like around here today. Right now we're looking inland, and you can see it is foggy today. So down at the lighthouse proper, you're probably not going to be able to see much of anything except the lighthouse itself and fog when you look out over the water. Now let's look down the road. I've just stepped into the park here, and we can see that the cars are backed up almost to the park entrance. It's a bit over a quarter mile, so I would say that there's approximately a quarter mile backup to get to the lighthouse parking lot. So it's really a long wait today, probably a minimum of 30 minutes, maybe longer. There have been a few cars leaving, but most of the cars that are leaving are because people give up when they get down there, and if they have smaller cars, they turn around on the road and come back out. But it's a long wait today. There are probably 30 cars in the parking lot and probably 40 or 50 cars waiting to go into the parking lot. So I would suggest that on a foggy day like this, when maybe hiking isn't going to be that great, that it's a really poor choice to go to the Bass Harbor Lighthouse. And remember, it's Tuesday afternoon, not exactly a high visitation day, nothing like a weekend. Okay, I'm at the Ship Harbor Nature Trail. I'm about a half mile east of the Bass Harbor Lighthouse, and right now I'm counting 37 cars here, which is about what you'd normally expect to see here this time of year on a nice day. So I'm going to walk over and take a look at the beginning of the trail. Quite a few people here, so I masked up. We're looking through the trees at Ship Harbor here, and the fog is definitely in. If you walk out to the beach, you pretty much are not going to see much of anything except the rocks right in front of you and fog, and there are people walking the trail. It's pretty crowded. So let's move on down and go to the Wonderland Trail. All right, I'm a quarter mile down the road at the Wonderland Trail. On the way down here, I found 5 extra cars that I hadn't been able to see from Ship Harbor. So there are 42 cars at Ship Harbor, and there are 34 cars here at Wonderland. So it's pretty busy. I'll walk up and we'll take a quick look down the trail, as long as I can stay away from people. And you can see the fog. We are about a quarter mile inland here, and as you can see, there's fog in the trees, and it is pretty foggy. Quite a few people here. Now some cars are leaving and other cars are arriving. So right now I think there are probably about 70 cars at the lighthouse, 42 cars at Ship Harbor, 34 cars here. So that makes 76, about 146 cars. Here's the beginning of the trail. It rained this morning, so there is a little standing water. So don't see any people there, but lots of people here coming and going. There will be people on the trail. Let's go over to the picnic area now and see what it looks like on this foggy Tuesday afternoon at about 2:40 p.m. on August 10, 2021. Well, we're approaching Seawall now, and as we get closer to the water, the fog gets thicker. And we'll be there in just a moment. cars you can see on the left-hand side of the road are parked at Park Service housing, so they don't count as visitors. But it won't be long till we get to the Seawall picnic area, and we'll see just how crowded it is today. Here we go into the picnic area, and we'll see how crowded it is, how many people have come over here to look at the ocean, which you can sort of see straight ahead. We are now about 50 feet from the water. And we'll go this way first. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars over here. One is leaving, but I'll count them anyway. They were parked when I pulled in. And now we'll run down to the other end of the picnic area. Now, despite the fact that there are 7 carloads of people here, there are 2 empty picnic tables. So if you wanted to have a picnic right here on the water's edge today, you could enjoy the ambiance of the fog. Okay, now we're headed down to the other end of the picnic area, where most of the picnic tables are located, and there is an actual parking lot. Well, there aren't that many cars down here. None in the upper parking area, and only 5 down there. So that's a dozen cars down here. There are a few people picnicking at water's edge, even though it's 2:40 in the afternoon and it is very foggy today. Now we'll go over to Seawall proper, and that will be the end of my look at crowding in Acadia National Park on August 10, as demonstrated by the number of people here in the Seawall to Bass Harbor Lighthouse part of the park. Okay, I'm at the Seawall proper. I'm actually standing on it on the water side of the road. There are 8 cars parked here. So that brings the picnic area and Seawall to 20 cars right now. And you can see a few people on the rocks enjoying the view of a little bit of water and a lot of fog. Another car just pulled in. So that's 21 plus 76. So 97 cars here and around 70 cars at the lighthouse as we look out over the ocean. Visibility is probably under 100 yards today out on the water, so I am not going to take either of my boats out, but we're looking at about 170 cars today at this part of Acadia National Park. And remember, right now I'm about a 25 to 30 minute drive from the Bar Harbor entrances to the park. So if there are that many people here trying to get away from the crowds in the main part of the park, just imagine how crowded it is out on Park Loop Road or up on top of Cadillac Mountain. So despite what I would call less than ideal weather today, Acadia National Park is jammed with people, as it has been all summer. We're definitely looking at a record year in terms of park visitations. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed seeing just how crowded it is in this part of Acadia National Park at 2:30 to 2:45 in the afternoon, August 10, 2021.